What's going on, JRD Nation? My name is Brandon Epstein, and I'm here today with jump rope trick and performer extraordinaire, Tori Boggs. We're here in Amsterdam. Tori is a legend, and she actually came over and met us today from Germany. We just wanted to interview Tori and then see her jump rope skills because we're still on the beginner side when it comes to tricks, but Tori she'll tell you, she's a pro. She knows how to do a lot of ninja moves, and so we want to hear about this journey because, as you can imagine, as more people learn about jump rope, more people are like, well, what else can I do with jump rope? What kind of tricks? Can this be like my job? And like, you're making it your job, so I want to understand all that. So before we get to where you are now, like, how did you get into jump rope in the first place?
Yeah, so when I was 5 years old, I saw a performance and I just absolutely fell in love with jump rope, and I knew I wanted to do that. Luckily, I had a team in my hometown, so I just went after that, and my mom was like, okay, you need to take charge, like, you need to go talk to the coach, you need to make it happen. So I went to practice. I was absolutely terrible my first day. I couldn't even jump a rope, but my mom saw how much I loved it, so she also started learning as a coach. She became a coach and a judge, and I became the jump roper, and we kind of grew up in the sport together, my mom and I. Now she's the Secretary General of the World Jump Rope Federation, and she coaches a team, and then I am continuing to jump around the world, and it's a really cool thing that my mom and I share.
That's crazy. Wait,
actually.
so how old were you when you got started?
I was 5, and now I'm 25.
Yeah. You're 25,
Yeah.
so you've been jump rope for 20 years.
Yeah, long time.
That is insane, which probably is why you're so good, right?
I mean, I practice a lot.
I mean, we talk to people all the time, right? Beginners who are like, oh, I've been jumping rope for, 10 days now and I still can't do the crisscross. And we're like repetition.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about that too. And we can bounce around a little bit in this, but can you maybe explain to people like how you learn skills in jump rope? Because a lot of people think like, oh, like either I'm good at it or I'm not, but it's not like that, right?
No, not. I mean, like I said, when I first started, I was really, really terrible, and it's a lot of progression. So you want to go from a single jump to a cross really isn't a progression. There's a lot of things in between, a lot of motions in between that you need to get down before you can make that connection. And actually, I've worked on some tricks for 3 years before I got them. Like, that's a very long time, and that was after I had been jumping for a few years. So it's a lot of different motions that come together at once in coordination, and lots and lots of repetition and practice for sure.
That's incredible. So for anyone who's just getting started, understand that there's some tricks that can take 3 years for a professional to learn. So don't feel bad about where you are, because as long as you practice intentionally, you're going to get better, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. How do you go from, a little girl who doesn't know how to jump rope to being in Circus LA and like doing all these amazing things?
Okay, I never expected any of it. I just loved jumping rope, and I wanted to just keep practicing every day and see where it went. And it ended up like I was competing, I was training a lot. It helped me with other sports. So throughout school, throughout high school, I was playing soccer, running track, and cross country, and doing so many things. And it was all so helpful with jump rope. And then I was going to college, and I was supposed to go play soccer at university. And I really wanted to jump rope. Like, that was where I wanted to be. And so I ended up going to Ohio State, and they didn't have a jump rope program. So I was like, okay, I need to start one. So I got that going, and then that was kind of a route to continue jump roping, because normally people do end up stopping. If they grew up in the jump rope world, they'll stop after they go to college. But this way, we were able to keep going, and from there, we just kind of got performances at the university for like alumni groups or school, whatever functions. We just kind of started, and it built, and I was like, okay, performance is really, really a cool thing. And then just slowly more and more got more into what does this look like and what can this look like. And I never really knew that I could actually be a professional jump roper, but it's definitely a possible thing, and it's really fun.
During that time of you getting to be a pro, you also, I know this from your Instagram profile, you've won a lot of championships, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So were those team championships, individual championships?
Well, I've done a mix. Most of those are individual ones. So I grew up being away at college, especially, or being in so many sports. A lot of times, you'd be on your own to train, and especially at university, you're definitely on your own to train. But I actually invented a device to help with that. It's called Tally Jump, and we just did the Kickstarter this year, and it's in the pre-sale mode now, and then it comes out in January, and the first shipment's happening at the end of this year. And basically, it helps you train alone. So you can turn on this device, stick it under your shoelace, connects to your phone, and you can train by yourself. So that hopefully will help all of those other people out there that don't have teammates to practice with every day. They can still jump rope and record their scores and be able to hit those marks and goals as they are training.
Okay, so I'm really interested. We always do the fitness stuff, right? Yeah. So we're just like 30 minutes, all out effort, do the thing. But with Tally Jump, you actually have a system for, I guess, like doing a certain amount of skips. Like, is there like a number that you try to hit every day, or?
You can. It's actually more based on competition about timing.
Okay.
So you can either go 30 seconds, 3 minutes. Actually, you can put in a custom time. You could do no time and just do kind of unlimited. It does single speed steps, so you could do 2 feet together. You could do separate feet, like jog step. You can do double unders and you can do triple unders in the app, and it records all of those scores kind of like in their separate graphs.
So it knows whether you're doing a single under or double under.
Yeah,
that is really cool.
It definitely knows.
By the way, pause video really quick. We are going to link you guys up in the description below to go check out Tally Jump.
Cool.
So I don't know if they'll be ready for sale when this video comes out in a few weeks.
That's fine.
But if they're not, you got to make a wait list. Make a wait list or something and start collecting, because this is really cool stuff. I know a lot of our community would be interested in this. Okay, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, well, right now we're still like pre-selling on the website if people want to get it. So yeah, okay.
And what does your regimen look like? Do you try to hit a certain amount of double unders every day, or like how do you teach someone to progress using the Tally Jump?
I would say just make goals for yourself. So obviously, if you're new to jump rope, like 1 double under is a goal, and that's very reasonable, and working to get that is a definite progression as far as going from single bounce to be able to do a double under, and then just build from there. Okay, you have 1 double, okay, let's get 5, let's get 10, let's keep going. How long can you do this? Let's go until you mess up. Okay, you did 1 round, take a break, doing that. It's and that app is really, really helpful for that, because you can see each time you've tried and how you can progress from day to day or week to week or whatever you want that program to be.
That's really helpful. I don't know how much you've studied, and I've talked about this with our community a little bit, like deliberate practice and the importance of understanding skill acquisition. It really comes through doing that, right?
Okay.
By over time understanding, like, I don't just need to like just go and practice every day. Like, I need to be intentional about what I'm practicing and how much and what am I trying to improve on. How did you get the courage to just pursue this as like a career choice? Because you said you were in college, you created the team, so you already kind of like pioneered your way when you got to Ohio State.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, how did you create this path for yourself to where you are now?
It is so hard to get away from jump rope. So after doing all the stuff with the university, we helped other colleges also get started. So now we have about, I think, 18 to 20 universities with college programs, which is really, really cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So cool.
And we have a summit in the end of January / beginning of February. And this year it's going to be at University of North Carolina. But this will be our 3rd year, and it's just, we encourage all the university programs to come and come to this event and support their school and show that pride, and then build and go back and bring that to the universities. And so it's kind of, I saw that potential and how inspiring it was to see, first of all, these kids coming to university, some of them have never picked up a rope before, which is really, like, that's
so
a really, yeah, well, that's just so inspiring.
Oh, that they get started.
That they started when they came to college, and that's growing up in the sport. That was when a lot of my mentors, that's when they would stop, is when they went to college. And so I'm seeing all of these like peers around me like pick up a rope and have a great time, and I'm like, why would I be trying to stop jumping rope? Why would I be trying to like force myself into a job career that I'm just not there yet for? And so in university, I studied industrial design and pre-medicine. So my intent is to be a physician who can design medical devices. But I was like, okay, so I'm not ready for medical school yet. I have so many other things that I want to do and apply health initiatives to jump rope and the sport that I love. How can I do that? And so things like Tally Jump, things like university program, things like helping the World Jump Rope Federation and the International Jump Rope Union get started. Now performing and getting to do what I love every day, while my body can still do it. it's really a dream come true for me at this time.
Okay, so you have a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah.
You like are creating like federations,
A
you
lot
have, like,
happening.
university programs. You got your own app coming out with like this new technology. You have a ton of stuff. How do you balance keeping all these things going and like what is your vision, I guess, right? Because this all has to kind of fit in. Or
as far as balancing, time management is always a struggle for everyone, right? You want to be able to do everything at all times. So I think it's just as long as you're able to enjoy what you're doing and continue with those goals moving forward, and that's always how can we get more people jumping rope and enjoying what we love. So hopefully Tally Jump is able to help people with those goals in jump rope, and like you guys, sharing the sport with as many people as possible because you love it for fitness and you really believe in it, right? So it's the same thing. And as far as every night I step on the stage, like sometimes we're exhausted when we step on the stage, or you're doing a lot of the same stuff over and over again, and you just look for ways that it stays interesting, but also that when you're stepping on that floor, there's someone in the audience who has never seen what you're about to do. So you need to bring it, and you need to do the absolute best you can for that person, or even for yourself that day, to prove to yourself, okay, I can push myself, I can make it through. Like, same things apply to the rest of life, what we apply to jump rope. Yeah. And that's why I love it so much.
Exactly. We always talk about that, how jump rope is kind of a metaphor for everything in life, right?
Yep.
Everything from learning the skill to being consistent with it and so on. All right. So we've heard a good amount about your story at this point, but you haven't mentioned like what you're doing now. Like, you just got done with Cirque du Soleil, right? And now you are performing in Germany, which I think a lot of people in our community who really like jump rope tricks would be like, wait, could this be my life? So like, how did that happen?
Could be. So I had been wanting to perform since university, and I could just do smaller shows. I couldn't really do longer ones because of school, obviously. So as soon as I was done with school, I was like, okay, I want to pursue this for a while. So I got into the performing world, and I got into a Cirque du Soleil show this summer in Quebec, and it was really an awesome experience. I got to do solo work and be a character and have really a great time every night on stage. And then here in Germany, I'm in Hanover performing with 2 other teammates, so we have a group act, and it's a great time. It's a variety theater. It's kind of like cabaret style, and we're really intimate, close with the audience. It's really a fun time. Like, we can literally reach out our hands on stage and like, hey, how's it going? So we go from big theaters where people are really far away to these close ones that are really different, really close, and we get to be characters, and it's really fun.
That's super cool. Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's crazy you made like something you sincerely find fun, like your work, and that's what we talk about. Like, for fitness, we're like, hey, like, your fitness doesn't have to be boring; it could be fun. What you do for a living,
for sure,
it should be fun as well. Like, all of it. And so you fit like your fitness and your work. Everything's fun.
Everything's fun.
Our mics died, so I got this little mic, and we're gonna finish up here. So what I really wanted to ask was, what do you recommend to someone who's really into jump rope tricks and they want to pursue this further? Like, what is your recommendation, whether they're in the U.S. or around the world?
Yeah. Oh, do I get to hold the tiny mic? Okay.
Yeah, you can hold tiny mic.
I would say just start to get creative and build your own style. Like, how I jump is so different from how you jump, how he jumps, how she jumps. Everyone has their own unique style, and you gotta embrace it and become creative with it, and really enjoy and find your unique niche in the sport of jump rope, or in the performance world of jump rope, or in the fitness world of jump rope. So just do that exploration, have some fun with it, and enjoy spending that time with the rope.
Awesome. Yeah. And so where can people find out more about you? Where can they find out more about Tally Jump? We're going to put it all in the description,
okay,
so
cool.
let us know.
So I have a website, toriboggs.com. You can go to tally-jump.com. You can check out my Instagram, which is SnorriB, SNORIB. That's a behind the whatever joke. Yeah, those are the places to go.
All right. Beautiful. Go check out Tori. Tori, really appreciate you taking the time. You guys, we hope that you enjoyed this interview today, learning more about Tori. As always, we're here to help you jump rope, get lean, and live more. I'm Brandon. This is Tori.
Cool.
Do the thing.